Hi, everybody. So I wanted to talk about something that came up in a reading I had this week, and I found it really fascinating, the guidance that came through from Spirit. I had a woman, she has 4 children, 3 of which who have passed on, 2 of those by suicide. And so this was over the course of many years. 2 of those 3 are twins, okay? And so the reading was acknowledging their soul contracts and how there was a probability for all of this to happen, because the first one who passed away died from a health-related issue, okay? The twins who followed years later, they basically said that they agreed to come in, and there were profound lessons they needed to go through and learn from having lost a brother. And one of them the first twin couldn't cope and took his life. Years later, the second one, being a twin and so energetically attached to his brother, couldn't cope living in this world without him and resulted in an accidental overdose. But in Spirit's view, it's owning it, which means suicide. And so this woman, it came through how strong she is and how she's unusually able to cope with this traumatic situation that she signed up for. And she said, it's so funny because all the time people say they just don't know how I do it, how strong I am, and how I'm coping so well. And I feel unusually okay. As much as I, adore my children and miss them like crazy, I have been okay because I think on some level a part of me knew this was going to happen. In fact, she shared that the one child the first one who was not well, who was sick, she knew from the time he was born he wasn't going to be here for very long. And so what this means is that on a soul level, we are born with some memory or knowing, and it's usually unconscious. So we can't really explain why on paper we feel the way we feel about certain things, but it's our soul reminding us that this is potentially going to play out as part of our soul's plan. And I always say God doesn't give us more than we can handle, and our soul generally doesn't choose to sign up for more than we can handle. Sometimes that does not prove to be the case, and in which case our soul would then renegotiate our contract at some point along the journey. I just wanted to share this because it goes to show if people are doing incredibly well through a grief process, it's not that they don't care, it's not that they're insensitive or aren't, having compassion and missing the loved one who passed away. It comes down to this. They were wired for this. And in that is a huge blessing to be able to carry on, fulfill their purpose, and at the same time keep their departed loved one's memory alive. I hope that helps those of you who maybe have found yourself in a similar situation. As always, wishing you brightest blessings and all love.